One of the greatest things about being able to tour is almost like the family sense that we get on the road. You know, we're spending rarely more than 1 week at a time in any given town, and that can make it hard to really build relationships with people, or to have close ties to a lot of people. But luckily there's a lot of us that are doing this together. So when I wake up on a tournament morning, first things first, I need my coffee. I'm definitely an addict. The caffeine gets me where I need to be. I feel like without it, I'm kind of hurting. Either making some coffee in my French press, might stop at a gas station. If the FPO are playing and there's live coverage, I'll relax on the couch, sip on my coffee and watch some of my friends playing on live coverage thanks to Smashbox. It's really cool to be here relaxing in the air conditioning and be able to root for my friends who are already out on the course killing it.
I'm throwing my felon here just strong and straight.
I started playing disc golf when I was really young, maybe 7 or 8, back in the mid to late 90s. And my whole family would take me out to the course. Wasn't really big on the competitive side of it. I'd play a few tournaments. I'd travel with my dad, sometimes wake up at 4 a.m. and drive 3 hours to get there 2 hours early like my dad likes to do, and then a whole day. And those are some of my earliest tournament memories. And then I remember being 16 and playing advanced and not being happy with how I was playing and still getting maybe 3rd or 4th or 5th place, and just decided I needed to be playing against people who were better. So I jumped up to Open pretty early. I had played one Junior Worlds in Flagstaff, I believe that was 2005. Paul Macbeth, I believe that was his first tournament ever. So yeah, it's cool to have played with those guys, 15 years ago almost, and to still be playing with them today is really cool. One activity that I like to do in the mornings on a tournament day is juggling. It's a good warm-up for both my body and my brain. I'm using my hands, I'm using my arms, but then you also have to stay really present. You have to be focused on only the juggling. You can't let your mind wander too much. You can't get ahead of yourself. You can't be thinking about what was going on yesterday. You just have to be focused at one thing at a time. On the disc golf course, you can't be too worried about what's ahead of you. You can't be too worried about any mistakes you may have made, or you even can't be worried about how well you might be doing. If it's going really well, it's hard to keep that going. And same with the 5-ball pattern. You just got to be breathing, you got to be calm, you got to be focused. I think that my tendency to rely so heavily on my putters, especially off the tee, is something that just developed over time. It was never a decision I consciously made, I really want to be that guy that just throws his putter every time. I feel like I've kind of turned into that guy, but just from trial and error, I'd say. I've definitely thrown AVRs for as long as I've been playing. In high school, I lived in Colorado, and there was a lot of long, open courses. When I moved to Virginia, all the courses were very tight. I was not used to that, and so I pretty much just put the drivers away, and I'd play rounds with only my putters. I felt like it was way easier to hit a gap with a disc that was moving slower. And so some rounds I'd only go out with 3 different putters and just rip all 3 on each hole and get up there and putt all 3. And that was a lot of my casual rounds, and I think that really became a staple of my game. I enjoy having long hair. I don't plan to cut it anytime soon. I hadn't really planned to shave, but it had just been kind of a thought that crossed my mind a handful of times over a month or so. It kept feeling really warm, really hot, and I was like, I haven't shaved in a few years. Let's see what that's all about. As far as a pre-round routine goes, the most important thing for me is to make sure I'm comfortable when I'm ready to tee off on hole 1. Maybe I get out to the course and for some reason my shirt doesn't feel very good, I might go back to the car and change it. Anything that can just kind of plant a little seed of doubt, or whether that means I'm gonna spend 30 minutes putting or maybe only 10. I would say competing in the World Championships definitely adds a level of pressure. It's the biggest tournament of the year, and I think in my first handful of Worlds that I played, I let that get to me, but in the last couple of years, I think that's one of the things I've improved on most, is my ability to step up when the pressure is increased. Pretty crazy to think I have a chance to, be a world champion and my favorite thing to do, like disc golf. I love it. My biggest drive in terms of competition, it's the competition itself. Going out there and giving it everything you got and competing against friends and competitors who are also giving it everything they have, and that there's nothing more fun in the world than going out there and you know, testing your skills against someone else. If I want to win this, you know, I want to win it for myself. You know, I feel like I hold myself more accountable than anyone else ever will.